so I wanted to share with you my Halloween tour 2022, showing you a bit the behind the scenes, how I created my decor this year, all that. I had started a Halloween witch series in September. I'm going to continue these videos in the next days and weeks till Halloween, but in this one I just wanted to explain you a few things, how I organized my decor this year, added new things, all that. So you're going to see that. Most of my paper decor come from my Halloween workshops, and I also gather a lot of things from the park, the woods, all that, just to complement and to give a more fall atmosphere that I quite like to. I'm not really interested to have some skeletons, very scary, dark things. I just prefer a witch atmosphere. So I have my witch owl, some witch cake, some snails this year, which are complementing the decor, and a few other things. So I'm going to show you the living room, my bedroom, and a bit the entrance hall. So every year I try to make my decor a little bigger and to expand a bit my collection. But it's a slow process. I'm happy so far, and I'm going to show you what I have done. A big pumpkin for my first Halloween workshop with a lot of lights. I realized that when you put a lot of fake lights, so the battery lights, as it's golden, it works really nice at night. I usually had one, but now I put at least 3 or 4 for all my pumpkins, and it works super well. Window, I just tried to improve a bit my window boxes, and I added wheel sort of pumpkins. It's not pumpkins, but the wheel one, vegetable ones, which I'm going to cook probably for 1 or 2 of them. But in the meantime, they were in my windows, and I did few orange flowers, things like that, because my flowers were really not nice at all. So I just had to improve it a bit. I reopened the tragical history of Dr. Faust. What is the original title, by the way? Yes, the tragical history of Dr. Faustus, which this book belonged to my mother because she was studying English literature at university, and I inherited of all her theatre, all books. There are a lot of devils and witches, so I thought it would be perfect here. And here it's the wig of another workshop. It's an 18th century wig because I love the 18th century, and it reminds a bit the portrait of Laclos, which is a print from online. And I did it for a video I did earlier this year, but I thought they work well together. And there is of course an insect. I have 2 wigs, one I keep all year long, and this one is just for Halloween because there is the insect. It can stay. It's also a candle holder. So I think it's just nice to have that, so that they are in a nice display for the decor. And here at the top, I just opened an old dictionary of fables. I have 2 of them, which are exactly the same. I bought them in my old bookshop, and I didn't realize I had it already when I bought the second one, so it's fine. I'm happy to have the same books. And here it's the triangle of Abracadabra, which is a magical figure, and I think it's more magical if I don't know if you're supposed to read it that way, or there is just a definition of that, and it has to be in triangles. So Abracadabra is of course necessary during the Halloween season. little table, so another pumpkin for my workshop, another wheel one, and here the paper haul from the new workshop. And I did some paper ivy. I wanted to have something a bit elegant. He's super heavy and he can only stay in an angle because he had this wing coming towards the floor. So I had made it first for the fireplace, and I think for now I like him to be, or her, to stay here. I will probably change her at some point, but I like her with her white ghost aspect. I think she works well with the darker background. I really love owls and I really wanted to have one, so we made crows last year, but this year we are doing a witch owl, which I think is quite necessary. And this is something I didn't show you that. Well, it's not related to Halloween, but it's just a piece of decor I found in a brocante for 10 euros, and it was part of a big mantle clock. And above clochette corner, I just added this book which I really like. I love this character, Gobolino, the witch's cat, which I used to listen to a lot when I was younger, and I love the series. There was a big series of Gobolino. I was mainly listening to the one for Christmas. There is a lot of Gobolino Scary Christmas because it's a witch cat and it has all sorts of adventures. So I wanted to maybe reread it a bit, so I put it there. It's really a book for children. It's written very big inside. I'm opening again my little doors, which can open or close, and I used to have them closed because of my cat. Once she climbed inside, that was a little scary. Here I have some paper flowers from my workshop, some fake dry things I grabbed at the park, and I put a lot of things like that. I wanted to try to find some fake logs on fake fire, but they look really fake and they don't look so nice, so I just thought, no, I think I prefer those things that you can put inside. And at night it's quite nice, it creates a quite nice result without that. So I just put, yes, 2 of my paper flowers, paper foxgloves, and dry things from the park. On the mantle I added a lot of dry leaves. This snail, I will try to remove it. So it's part of my collection I did for the new workshop and for the cake, but it's also possible to have them decorating any place we want. I really love my snails, so I think I will make more for next year, because I just felt maybe doing one a little bigger, and I think next time I will do a black shell. I think it could be fun. The same, I have those 2 which I'm going to cook at some point, but for the moment they're here. Around my mantle clock, you still have an insect here, this one. I'm not going to touch it, it's going to fall otherwise. It also belongs to my workshop. It's a sort of, a bug, we could say that, some dry leaves. This is also a black foxglove, which belongs to the foxglove series. And here you have the crow. Here he's standing on a stand, I'm going to show you. I wanted to pretend that he was standing on the clock, actually. I did, of course, wouldn't do something which would stay forever on the clock, so I just put it behind it, and I think it works quite well. So you can see, yes, he's standing on a candle holder, actually, which has been turned into a bird holder, and he can be removed, but usually he stays there. Yes, and a few more vegetables and berries, things like that. And at the top, as always, you can see some other toxic flowers that I like to do, these sort of white flowers we see in fields in summer. And the paper roses, the big paper roses, they're very big, and I thought they're quite nice at the top, very top of the wood frame, because they lift their look towards the ceiling and it creates something nice, and they're a reminder, of course, of this painting. And the painting, I don't remember in which castle it was located. I simply 100% copied the painting from a room decorated by Marie Antoinette's decorators. And of course here, you have seen it already if you have watched my first Halloween videos. It's the witch cake. I wanted to have something festive with a lot of toxic fruits, the castor oil fruits, the snails. The snails are not toxic, but they're a bit mysterious. A few berries and a snake. I was quite happy to have a big piece to put on my table too. So, and with the black icing, I love that, and the ivy. So this is also part of the new workshop. So the bedroom, you mainly saw it in my witch's morning routine, but still I wanted to explain a few things. First, my witch cards. I mainly decorated the bed canopy with butterflies, black lace, red sort of crochet thing. I received those actually buying online in a second-hand website, and the lady gave me tons of things she was not using, so it was nice buying few fabric. Behind you have the frame with the wedding crown and some wedding decor that belonged to my great-grandmother, so it's something she wore when she was getting married. A bit like a Miss Havisham wedding things, because it's all brownish now, of course. And of course the paper butterflies from my workshops too, which after all look nice here. And my bed sheets, I don't often talk about my bed sheets, but I have a lot of embroidered bed sheets, which some I have from my grandmothers, my two grandmothers or great aunt, and also some which come from charity shop, which have a lot. So they're pretty easy to find here. The cool thing would be to find with our own letters. Here I never found mine, but yes, it's just linen bedsheets, sometimes half cotton, half linen. Clochette, my cat, enjoys clean and linen old bedsheets. She always sleeps there, as you can see. And on my window boxes, as you have seen, I just planted these cabbages, decorative ones. I would need to find one or two other plants which could stay for the fall. So I just wanted to have a bit of fall inspiration on my windows boxes because they were a bit sad. And here my little pumpkin, the smallest one, and I still have two lights inside, and it's gold. They are all painted gold inside, which is really cool. I hope next year to do some for the outside. It's still a thing I need to do, and I didn't do it yet because it doesn't rain so much during this season here, and I still have a way to protect them a bit. And on my beauty stand, I just decorated a bit, as you have seen. I plan though to do some seasonal decor changing for Christmas, Halloween, winter. I think it's just a fun little place to play with, and I just added my first crow, the one which was the example for the workshop, so it's also come from my workshops. A lot of dry blackberries, which I kept some from last year, and they were dry of course, but you can totally grab those for your decor and keep them for the year after. They will not get any better, but they stay like they are, just like that. They are totally dry, but I thought they were nice as a slight touch of color here and there. Also those, there were some, I grabbed them this year, some last year, and both work. They're still dry of course, but you can still use them if you take good care of them and maybe put them in a safe place to store them. In the entrance hall, I have this big paper witch hat with another paper rose that you can see maybe a little better than at the top, and some witch shoes. So those are actually early 20th century shoes, I think. I'm not sure exactly how old they are, and I had bought them in a brocanteur I knew a long time, well, many years ago. I can wear those, but they're super fragile. They're my size actually, but they're very fragile. I wore them in one of my Halloween witch video, and maybe I'm going to wear them again in the future, but only inside. I don't wear them outside. The sole, everything is too fragile. I don't want to damage them, so I prefer having them here. They're fun, they're very comfortable too. It's a shame I can't find exactly the same one in the new version, because I like the fact that the heel is very small, it's comfortable, and I keep them preciously. So you will find all the details about my Halloween workshops under this video, and also all the past Halloween videos I've done and the beginning of my witch Halloween series. But as I told you, I plan to have other Halloween and witch videos till October 31st. So the new Halloween workshop, which includes my witch haul, witch cake and snails, will open till October 31st, like all my Halloween workshops, but there was also a launching offer which disappears on October 18. If you didn't see it on time, it's fine, you can still join, but in case you are watching this video before the end of the offer, you can take advantage of it, and otherwise just know that you can still join till October 31st, and all the workshop will close till next Halloween season. So they only open once a year, and once in a while you keep forever access to the content, and we will still have some live session to complement a bit our workshop and to give you the possibility to ask your question live, all that. So there is still one session coming in November after the workshop closed. So I hope it inspired you and gave you some ideas for your Halloween decor this year. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you liked what you saw, and subscribe if you don't want to miss all the nice videos coming. In this new Halloween workshop, a tea time with a witch, we are creating a witch haul and a witch cake, snails, a snake and a few other elements for the cake. Okay, so I think we are good. I'm going to cut it now. That's nice, so I'm going to take out my second snail and to show you maybe. This workshop, as all my Halloween workshop, will close its doors on October 31st. So you have many days and weeks to join before they close. And of course, once enrolled, you have forever access to the content and to the workshop. We also have some live sessions. You are most welcome to join them to complement the workshop, to help you. You can ask your questions live, show me your progress, all that. Let him dry, being sure the spikes don't touch anything, they are fragile. As I said in my introduction, I've changed my color at the very end. It was green, you could have any other color. So I can't wait to see you on the other side for this new paper Halloween adventure.